more cover and over daily updates. And then I will share you Medina now subscribe it on my YouTube channel, no subscribe and no like no share. Now auto commenting so I shall comment section by the prayer I can make for I shall phone you know who I didn't try. Koku do who me an exclusive interview no Kesi say Mahama Saken say untimini near Jumabi. Because Anyindoho played the hatred of Koku Anyindoho to Mahama. It was since Atamos here president na Mahama vice. Yet in the rumor say a year no Koku Anyindoho pe Mahama se. Ono aka se o debi nya no kure ono pe Mahama se. Enti na opese oni ni ye adwuma ba Mahama se he cannot work with him. Ti Mahama sakeno Koku Anyindoho na e kana asem and some no kana when him say as usual there's hatred in his speech. Like I said, NDC there still now only one onya there onyae ono susu a onye den on time Mahama said the otiti rumor say what hit Mahama no or say it never true. The reason is say Mahama sakeno I say na opese onini make peace dia ana Mahama sakene dia we don yankuti ni exclusive no ensema na woka no ebusia e wo se utie tino ono ofri ho na ebantin e wo se ye de besuma ho se Koku Anyindoho nsem na woka no si na oka na so wo bibi trofa ho a na ode a comment section yankuti Koku Anyindoho e wo exclusive eye BB eye Happy TV and I say Happy FM and I'm way and it's exclusive way. God bless you.
You will need him.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Also, he's the founder of the party. Today, it is true. And but semi President Newz me Kotuse Rollins ya bona deja e wo bedwuma enye me na me freedom se me hwe na deja
yi mata
de e de kata na deja e de na kufie because se ene me ye Ghana mampenyi na me tia konwa we so a
e ono na dom
se me dan Yankopon twede ampon basama no dom me dan asiria e ba na body nipa dasenia nipa back the first person me dan ase no Rollins
Emra Fonka games in some course no na Professor Mills no Rollins in terms of saying
well
at the personal level.
Yeah, at that time now frosty.
Okay.
Now frosty. You see, and painfully a lot of the frostiness was because of the choice of John Mahama as running mate. Yes.
Sir.
Yes, Rollins didn't want John Mahama as running mate. But President Newz defied the founder.
I remember when he was declared running mate. Do Kama Hall. Rollins do Kama Hall na program newe.
Yeah.
The founder was on his way to the place.
Bibi, thank you that you are saying I'm not saying it.
But Professor Mills was in charge then.
So the small boys who are insulting. Bibi, today you are yourself, you have told your side of the story. Because the flag bearer and national
flag bearer one consultative founder no.
Consultative founder, but there was a bigger consensus from the National Executive Committee.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't a personal decision.
The override founder no choice.
So National Executive Committee, Council of Elders, even though the founder was the chairman of the Council of Elders, but by and large, there was some consensus, general consensus. So at Kama, whatever happened, I won't give out the details, but whatever happened. And NEC endorsed John Mahama as running mate. President Rollins got very angry because even before he could get there, the thing had been there. But that's politics. You play certain games and some games were played. That is why, Bibi, it hurts me that if President Newz suffered because of you and you became running mate, you became vice president, nobody challenged you. You became president. And talking about becoming president. Okay, so let me finish that one. Why? What is the issue? Baby, President Newz died on 26th July. 24th July, 2024. Officially, 1:30 was the official time. 26th July, by 6 a.m., I got a call from Ablakwa.
Okuje to Ablakwa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that he was my friend, but he's calling to say, oh, I'm calling to check on you. How are you doing? Blah, blah. I didn't trust the call, but of course, at
the time, none position you're then.
He was a deputy information minister or something.
Yeah.
About
to not fry check on you.
That's what he claimed. I said, oh, so okay, how you doing? Fine. And anyway, okay. About 2-3 minutes later, my neighbor Oma called.
And this was 2 days after Prof's death.
Two days.
Okay.
Counting the hours, it couldn't even be 48 hours. Because if it's 1:30 on 24th, and it's 6:30 a.m. on 26th, you've not done it 40, so it's less than 48 hours.
Yeah.
Now Mani says that, well, Koku, looks like Sami called you and couldn't deliver the information. Well, the real information is that yesterday, which was 25th, we had a meeting with the new president. And the president says that he cannot work with you, so you have to leave the castle.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sana, you breaking news in the
That is Omane Buama. And that for obvious reasons, I'll have to leave the castle. As for the castle, the new president says he cannot work with me. So the president is dead less than 48 hours. A meeting was done the day before. And I was the subject of discussion to leave the castle.
But these are gentlemen, they had no position to convey even your dismissal message to you. It should have come from the chief of staff.
Thank you.
Did you take it serious?
Hold on. I'm happy you mentioned the chief of staff. Two, I was going for comfort.
Of real.
I'm a friend, so penny person me because yeah, John says he cannot work with you. I'm telling you, after 12 years, I'm mentioning his name. Uncle Atu, I have to mention your name because if I don't start mentioning names and stating these stories, the wrong information about me is too much. Uncle Atu, Koku, John says he cannot work with you, so well, all of us, we don't even know our fate. No new president, he said, so Koku, are you going to go back to the bank? Bibi, the bank that I resigned from how many years ago, Mr. Tuawa is asking, are you going to go back to the bank? When I left his house that morning, I got to so from Westlands, and you are now going back to Gimpa, is that not it?
Yeah.
So you get to the T-junction, Benab filling station.
Yeah. Right.
There was a guy, a newspaper vendor. When I got to the junction, and I stopped. Only God knows what was happening to me. He just dropped the pile of newspapers, put his hand on his head, and started screaming.
Vendor, no.
I'm telling you. He was seeing something that he hasn't seen before because he knew me. I used to use the road a lot. I was distraught. Bibi, that day that I didn't commit suicide.
Or no, they didn't know
what was happening to me in the vehicle, no, it was inexplicable.
Oh, you were physically
look,
really?
We don't know. Then the third one.
Only
God knows.
You were not aware of yourself?
Look, I was soaked in tears.
Wow.
I didn't know what was happening to me. Why am I metal?
You're a human being.
I'm a human being. Look, this that one
okay.
A cool sunsun.
Okay.
Because in Kolanaka, I have black one on Manino Makana, me Janyaba, Penyo, Abeji comfort. Now would you cry more piercing? And as in Julius Caesar, you two Brutus, a two Brute, a two Ahoy group of. This was before the burial of the man. And the man, it took us 17 days to bury him.
Yeah.
So within that 17-day period, and Bibi, within that 17-day period, I'm a member of the funeral committee. Working on the child you saw in that book, I had to tag.
Okay.
I created a theme.
Okay.
I had to go to Cape Coast to the family house to go and look for family pictures to be able to tell a certain aspect of the story. It is in that period that I was being asked to leave. I was being asked to leave. It was as if people wanted me to, but God was my helper.
But this sounds very much like Emrana Prof, your president, or you're in charge of communications.
Let me finish the last one, then we'll come back to this one.
No, I'm on this one. It sounds very much like Emrana, where you're in charge of communications at the presidency. It creates the impression, say, be an until with Prof's exit, it was payback time. Is that not the case?
The truth of the matter is that, why? I'm a human being. I don't expect everybody to like me. Is that not it?
Of course.
I'm not expected to like everybody.
Yeah.
Is that not it? C'est la vie. But the truth of the matter is that, and I remember in my quiet conversations with Prof, when we were planning the exit, say, we were 8 years now.
Okay.
That's how even this issue of foundation institute we started talking about. Every time we beside me say, "Why don't you make a person when they make?" I say, "Boss, I know myself. The kind of loyalty I'm me mistake. Now we 8 years. Now me tenacity 1 second. You man for the best effort."
To the extent that it could even lead to you stepping on certain toes.
Thank you. Because you want to, for example, you are sitting down there.
Ebisana would do to me too much. What they would to me, we showed power. It was time for them to show you power.
No problem, maybe to me. But I never got journalists into a bus, into a wrong bus, for the bus to go and crash, for one to die.
Yeah.
And then when the friends are mourning him at 37 and taking pictures, I will go and take their cameras and be smashing. I never did that. Those who think they can accuse me, I don't know the ones who were doing that kind of thing. Abusing everybody at the presidency. No. What I did was to protect the president.
It was alleged, say you didn't respect John Mahama as vice president.
Oh, I've heard several times. Up to now, they have not been able to provide a single evidence. But you're not going to let me forget my thought. Let me finish my thought, then we'll come back on this. You talked about chief of staff.
Yeah.
So the third one was now the chief of staff, Martin Newman. He summoned me.
Okay.
After now the burial of Prof. And when I went to him to protect the president,
it was alleged.
Abusia, yen toaswe, Koku do kasai. Okabibi se Mahama Abra Mahama ba bema Mahama yobia onini asem on ta Mahama but otetenem fema mu se ono no kwapon yido ota Mahama oso on ta Mahama nye ne hwe all time nsema na waka no abusia ano edi pa nsem ni doso enkosulti no mense mobre na so on the time Mahama ana amaliku no so onye de onjae busia ti yezumi in to ensem no na yenti era Koku Anyindoho. God bless you. Stay tuned. Highest daily updates.
So somewhere along the line he called and said, Koku, prior to that,
okay.
But he wants a very small team, but enterprising people.
Okay.
And he's looking for an enterprising Voltarian.
Okay.
So Koku, can you help me identify somebody?
Okay.
If I never occurred to me, say, but my question was that, but Papa, maybe on my bank, me and yeah, youth forum, and I'm so many church me articles, me support to. Where am I going to find a person for you? Exactly. That was my thinking.
Okay.
He called once again. Koku found the person. I said, "Oh, sir, I'm still searching." Maybe be fine. Bibi.
When you were being discussing,
the only person who knew this story was Kobi Fiagbe.
Oh, okay. Kobi.
Yeah.
I know he's listening right now.
I mean, Kobi knows this story very well.
Okay.
One morning, I had finished my morning devotion. I actually had my knees on the ground. I finished praying.
Okay.
Amen. Then the call came. Professor Mills. Koku, how are you? I said, fine, sir. Well, this Voltairean thing I've been telling you about, honestly, it is you that I've been looking for. I just didn't know how to tell you, but now I'm telling Koku. I couldn't tell you because you are working at the bank.
Yeah.
And this job will have to be a full-time job.
Yeah.
And if you resign, I don't know how I'm going to pay you.
Okay.
But it is you I'm looking for because...
That was a huge risk.
Look, it is you I'm looking for because I've been reading your article, the way you speak, the way you articulate your issues. You're not afraid the internal primaries in 2006. And then we can go on to win the election. Bibi, all I could say was, sir, I'll work for you. My wife, or my fiancée at the time, Mercy, was sitting on the bed and was listening to all these conversations. So I said, sir, don't worry. I'll resign. Yes, sir, don't worry, I'll resign. But sir, on condition that you will never betray me and never turn your back to me. Once you give me your loyalty, sir, if I have to die, I'll die for you.
That was still a risk, eh?
Serious risk. So when I finished, and then Mercy asked me, Koku, who are you talking to? I said, oh, Professor Mills. So what's this business about you resign? And I will be resigning. I said, oh, Mercy, in command, you don't papa say, Opesa only me yejuma. Now a full-time yejuma, but don't worry. Mercy never said anything. She never dissented. Bibi, this was, I think, Monday. By Friday, I had resigned.
Wow.
I was the head of Treasury.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Treasury and Finance.
And that was a top job.
Look, I resigned. And then that was the beginning of now the opposition political journey. So this is a man who called me. Now, I keep telling people, and the Prophet himself, I told him that, say, you remember that morning when you called me? For me, it was like Jesus Christ around the shores of Galilee. Who Peter, ni John, ni Andrew, ni Thomas, ni Bartholomew, no. Bibi, now as a theologian and getting understanding, and of course I've been to Israel a couple of times, I know the Sea of Galilee. Peter, John, Andrew, and co, they were not paupers.
Oh yeah.
They were not jobless.
Okay, because
to be a fisherman, even today in Galilee, then in those days, because to own a vessel and to have nets at the time, they were men of substance.
Okay.
Luke was a physician. But when the calling came from the Christ,
they had to abandon.
Stop being fishers of fish. Let's go and fish for men.